a move had to be made for that wanker to call me for an interview, so that I'm outside Soweto, so that the move must be made and they must have jurisdiction to arrest me, so that when they asked why are you arresting him, and say no, we got a call and we're maybe in the area 36 cars and snipers on the roof,
as if you were hidden.
36 cars and snipers in the roof.
Henda, you are now entering a space for Black history.
Hey yo, back with another video. I was put onto this one by one of the people who subscribed to my channel and told me to have this video where NHLANHLA LUX is saying it out there. Usizwe Dlomo basically snitched on him, and that is one of the reasons why he got arrested. So I think this will stir up some beef between him and C's, but let's cover this one, man.
I think I was born in the wrong era. I'm a horse and sword guy, you know. I want things to be done. If you say Penwell sells drugs in the community, I want to ride my horse and pull out my sword and tell you that you are killing 100 kids a day, and that's why I am chopping your head off.
And that's one of the things that we know NHLANHLA LUX for. He was all in our social medias as a go-to guy. If you have electrical issues, he's the go-to guy. If you have a drug problem in your neighborhood, he's the go-to guy. If you have sewage problem in your neighborhood, he's the go-to guy. So what he's saying is basically facts, and he can back his facts by all the videos that are all over social media. He is the go-to guy for any social issues or for any issues in jail now, Kasi, man. So it's facts on facts on facts on facts.
And the sheriff comes and says, what's the situation? And I say, I killed him because he kills 100 kids a day and we've got evidence beyond reasonable doubt. He says, let it low. Let it die, let it rest. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
But in this system,
it's
wicked. It's witchcraft. It's the devil himself that lives out here. So we can't get anything right. The drug dealers are running around smooth. We fought them, bro. I mean, it's not news when our guys get killed by drug dealers in Soweto. It's not news because the influence goes as far as media.
I've got two questions. The first one is, we speak about how drug dealers work with the police and politicians.
Not all of them.
And certain business people.
I get called by some police and put me on information.
There's some good people there.
When I got arrested, when after doing that interview with that wanker, what's his name? when I got arrested,
Okay, now I understand why they say that he is saying Usizwe Dlomo snitched on him. But let's hear what he's saying, man. He's calling Usizwe Dlomo a wanker.
That when after doing that interview with that wanker, what's his name? when I got arrested, doesn't matter. When I got arrested, 36 cars pulled up. 36 cars pulled up. All rifles, snipers on roofs. As I drove out of that media house in Rosebank, I'm like, what's this? And one of them actually told me that because no police station was ready to arrest you because they know how hard you work with them day and night.
Facts.
They couldn't go arrest you, right? I'm saying it, and that's fine. Let the truth be out there. So we had to pull out political strings, and they had to call people like us to arrest you, even though
they don't want
there's no necessary powers that may be that would allow for us to move. Why is it TRT? I was arrested by countless rifles pointed at me, unarmed, and their brief was that highly dangerous, shoot to kill if need be. Me.
Yeah. Bebafuna ukumsusa boy. Bebafuna ukumsusa boy. Bebafuna ukumsusa for sure, man. And Mongas Booz with Bamsuselani because of his doing community work. By the time I stop abantu ukuthi bangaluthe maponya, it was all props, like props were given to him. But manje, when he is speaking facts, and manje, when he is sounding more political, when he now understands the system and uspanisa the system to wake people up, he's now a threat. And lana mfethu boy bebafuna ukumsusa straight up.
By countless rifles pointed at me, unarmed, and their brief was that highly dangerous, shoot to kill if need be. Me. Nah. Clearly the system is controlled by by the guys that we fight on a daily. So
Yeah.
some cops were some police, that's why I say not all of them, were like, we don't care where the instruction is coming from. We're not arresting this guy. Not this guy. Not this guy. Over nonsense. Not this guy. Over politics. Oh, not this guy.
So there's
And that's why, P, when I got arrested, the case was open in Dobsonville. Naturally, when a case is open in Dobsonville or anywhere else, you must be arrested by Dobsonville. I live and sleep in Soweto every day. At no point has a police station said, please come, there's a case open against you. I am with them every day. P.
And it's facts because of zonke izindlu bekangena kuzo and all the drug dealers he was busting, especially around the Soweto. He was basically making use of amahata around a Soweto. There was no way angathatha ihata laseJozi alifake Soweto just for them to invade izindlu zabantu. So he was using local cops. That's why Ati he lived a Soweto. Most cops knew ukuthi mabamfuna bangamthola kuphi. So this was a setup and bebafuna ukumsusa.
Be arrested by Dobsonville. I live and sleep in Soweto every day. At no point has a police station said, please come, there's a case open against you. I am with them every day. P. I operate with the police every single day.
They know where you stay, they see
They
you,
know where
they
I
have
stay.
access to you, they know people that know you.
Yeah, so it was a move had to be made for that wanker to call me for an interview so that I'm outside Soweto, so that the move must be made and they must have jurisdiction to arrest me, so that when they asked why are you arresting him, and say no, we got a call and we're maybe in the area 36 cars and snipers on the roof,
as if you were hidden.
36 cars and snipers in the roof everywhere. And the other guy actually came to me and said, my mother loves you.
One of the guys that was sent to arrest you.
My mother loves you. If she knew that I was part of the team arresting you, she would find a way to divorce me as a son.
Yeah.
So, bruh, I am saying I'm sorry. This is politics. There's nothing to do with police work, and it's just what it is.
It is what it is, man.
We know that you've got it going on. This is a small hurdle for you. Let's go.
Hey, I can't believe Menusi's basically ordered a hit. But it's not him ordering a hit, basically. But as someone who was following, I'm taking it off from the interview that he did at Kaya FM. That's why I'm saying if he says that wanker set him up, in my mind it goes to Sizwe Dlomo. I might be wrong. Maybe I might be corrected. It's not the recent or the latest interview that he did upon him being arrested. Maybe that interview was not the most recent one. Maybe Kodenya Yenza, whereby he was also arrested, and he's maybe referring to Leo. But and I even preloaded that episode so that we can also watch it, and then Nalapo, you can see how Usize was basically attacking the dude to make sure he gives it all in, man. He was questioning him about him not being lawful part of a vigilante, and also telling him that he doesn't have all the right, or he is not supposed to invade izindlu zabantu without proper paperwork. So this is the interview that he's referring to. According to me, Magati, the wanker, got him arrested. Let's start this one.
Civic movements that are aligned with our thinking and philosophies.
So you mentioned authority, right? And authority is a funny thing because
wanker.
In the absence of any authority, then literally anyone can assume it. Oh, yeah. So a very good example, you would have seen a lot of roadblocks. I mean, so traffic lights aren't working right now, right? And so what the people who would ordinarily be begging at traffic lights have now started doing is they are directing traffic.
100%.
And for me, it's been interesting to watch and observe that these are the same people you wouldn't pay attention to ordinarily.
Yeah.
But now, all of a sudden, because they're directing traffic, they assume the authority, and people will stop when they tell them to stop, and they'll yield.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening with you, because with you guys, under whose authority would you say you are operating and able to go there and make arrests?
Yeah.
Or
but dude is far removed, man. If he's making an example of Amachita, Abasnatekas, and saying, those people, when there's traffic, they take it upon themselves to control that traffic and make sure ukuthi abantu abakho safe vaya estradini and wonke umuntu hamba bakumele ahambe. Is if he's making that example to say ukuthi those people are now taking the authority upon themselves, and he's basically saying ukuthi under whose authority are you guys allocated here? So manje, you now have to answer whose authority you are working on, basically for doing a good thing at the end of the day. That's why I love Sis, but with this example, it was a bad one. It shows good he's far removed. He's not bothered by traffic. Probably from where he stays to work, it's about 5 minutes, which is okay for him. From his place to go to the mall, it's 5 minutes. From the mall to go see his friends, we know that it's a flight. Trevor Noah, hey now. And for Muntu Sekasi, it's not as easy as that. Tina siyavaya Joe. Kusuka la espanini, it's about 30 minutes. And zonke indlela esizambayo, there's traffic. Without those people, ngabe sihlala silate espanini. So this was just a bad
homes
example
and businesses, etc., and so on.
Yeah. So again, we do not search homes and businesses, etc., etc. That's just what people say, and people push the narrative. Why don't you just watch the video and make the decision without the noise of what you are actually seeing? Half the people are defining us from what they've heard, not what they've experienced, read, or seen. You see? So what I'm telling you now is very simple.
So if you don't search your houses, then what do you do?
We go in with the police. And if the police are there and we're doing it wrong, why aren't we getting arrested?
Well, you can't go into private property without a warrant.
No. Then you must ask the police, because we all have our role. That's why it's a joint police.
He must ask the police, not LUX. It's like me telling the police ukuthi endlini esosokubhayiswa ama-drugs and amagata bathi masivai. I cannot say bafethu niphethe warrant. It's not my job to know that. So he must ask the police ukuthi uNhlanhla makanivota, do you guys come with legal papers? Are you guys there on your police representation, or you just there as a friend yakanhlanhla LUX? Then he will get proper answers. He shouldn't
there
ask
and we're doing it wrong. Why aren't we
man.
getting arrested?
You can't go into private property without a warrant.
No. Then you must ask the police, because we all have our role. That's why it's a joint operation. If the operation has to do with the pavement, then Metro Police is activated, not SAPS, because Metro Police's jurisdiction are the bylaws. If it's to do with anything else, then SAPS knows when to activate itself. If it's to do with information coming from the community, we know better. Then we come. That's why it's a joint operation. So people, I do not understand with such simple English what they misunderstand from that.
Yeah, so again, even if it was the SAPS themselves, they are not allowed to just barge into your house without a warrant. So that is unlawful, even if it's SAPS.
100%. So maybe then you must call the commissioner and ask the commissioner why they authorized that part of the operation to happen, not LUX.
So the commissioner does authorize it.
Look, I'm saying you must ask them, hold them accountable, and ask that, listen, are you well equipped in terms of authority and everything and permits that you need for this type of operation? Because I can't answer for the men in blue, I can't answer for the men in brown, nor can I answer for the men in orange in the city of Johannesburg, the Metro Police.
Yeah, but you are the person that starts the operation.
Yeah, look, if you say to me that there's someone who is selling drugs, and what's your role in it? And I say, because I'm from the community side, I can get evidence, I can get videos, I can get Bokoko to come and tell us if that's true or not. I can get 100 people to sign an affidavit and sign so that it makes our case strong. What's your role in it, Sizwe? No, I work at KFM, so I can broadcast that no to drugs and it's a good drug campaign. What's your contribution? Perhaps SEPs? No, because we've got the authority to arrest, we'll make sure, and if it goes bad, and then we'll be there to protect the community, because the community will also be there. How dare then do I respond to anything that's to do with SAPS, Metro Police, or anyone else?
Well, let me explain, right? Sure. So if your objective is to uphold the law, there is the Criminal Procedure Act for that.
Okay.
So what you do is you then go and open up a case, which will be at whatever police station, a docket.
I'm laughing because of even how he says it. He knows ukuthi inganekwane lento ayishoyo wafethu. Ekasi. It's not as easy as he makes it sound. You just open up a case, and then after opening up a case, the police will investigate. After the investigation, they will come back to you with feedback, and then they do a warrant, and then That's why I get to this dude is far, like on this specific interview, Caesar was far removed from reality, dog. It doesn't work
There
like
is
that.
the Criminal Procedure Act for that.
Okay.
So what you do is you then go and open up a case, which will be at whatever police station.
Yeah.
A docket will be opened. They will then investigate the matter, right?
Sure.
They'll gather the evidence.
Sure.
How many
And then the
days is
National
that?
Prosecuting Authority will determine, based on the evidence before them, whether they should arrest or
How
apprehend
many
that
days
individual.
is that?
Sure.
That individual will then, they'll act accordingly. And then they'll be taken to our court system where they'll be tried. And ultimately, we'll know how things work.
Yeah.
So if you now circumvent that procedure,
Okay.
that is vigilantism.
Okay. So you are also saying police of this country are vigilantes. Because
I didn't say they're vigilantes, but police of this country do break the law, yes.
Yeah,
and so if you're saying you gain access to private property with the support of police people, then yes, you break the law with the police people.
Do you know what's difficult with this conversation that we're having now? Is that's theory that we are now
far removed from
articulating.
reality, man.
Theory versus real life. When theory meets
Two
real life,
different
go into
things.
townships and spend time in the township. Those things don't exist. It is people's human rights to have electricity. It's a basic human right to have food. Our people are living without food, without electricity. Let me bring it back to Skana Norkia. It's happened to one day. So this theory is all smart and amazing when it's spoken from the textbook, but it's not what reality is. So we need a government and we need law enforcement that can do better so that people like myself mustn't be questioned for the downfall of other people. It is not my problem that we have the problems that we have in the country. You and I have inherited the nonsense that is in the country. We've inherited the fact that our old people, you would know better, even you lived through it. Our families and our country, people have died fighting for equality. Now you and I and everyone else has this equality. You take a picture with a white man, it's a problem. You are captured, because you've got. Do you know how many people that listen to Kai FM have kids that go to lily white schools and all their photos? There are 3 kids in the classroom that are black and the rest is white. Are those kids captured?
Let me ask
Malema's
you
kids,
to hold that thought.
Julius Malema's kids and most people in the EFF, their kids go to the St. David's. Voyane Pambo's child goes to St. David's. Is that kid captured?
Hold on. I'm going to ask you to hold that thought because it needs to go to news.
Morning.
But when we come back,
Commander Morning. Man, when I'm active to move on back in the it's what he did right there. And it said Uguti, according to NHLANHLA LUX, this interview, it was basically a setup for him to be arrested. And the person who set up the interview happens to be one of my favorite people, probably in the media space, because of Usizwe Dlomo is one person that I know good. He doesn't give an F about a lot of things. When izinto ngendlela yena abona ukuthi zisharp ngayo for yena akaforced, he's just himself. And when NHLANHLA LUX is saying that Usizwe Dlomo set up this whole thing of him being arrested, and he was basically setting up a hit on NHLANHLA LUX. And if it wasn't for those, or if it wasn't for him to remain calm in that situation, I'm sure those people would have acted as per commanded to Guti. He's highly dangerous, shoot to kill. And maybe Mchitanga because of how Usizwe Dlomo decided to do him dirty, according to NHLANHLA LUX. I might be wrong also, because I'm not sure if this was but Futi, after this interview, that's when NHLANHLA got arrested, because of he didn't even get home. But immediately when he left the building, he was informed ukuthi khona amahata bamele ngaphandle. So after this interview, that's why I'm thinking ukuthi this is the wanker that he's speaking of. This is the wanker that he's saying ukuthi arranged this whole thing. This is the wanker that NHLANHLA LUX doesn't want to give shine to anymore. This is the wanker that made sure NHLANHLA LUX is handed to the police for no reason. This is the wanker that made sure NHLANHLA LUX is basically minimized because of probably he felt this guy is now full of some certain egos, and Futi, he's rubbing shoulders with the wrong people or the right people who might put him in a certain spot where now he'll be able to control the narrative. NHLANHLA LUX is basically the student of the game. He understood the system, and now he's making use of the system to ukuvusa abantu abamnyama. And abantu abamnyama mele bavuke. Commander Morning.